Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Super Mario Brothers Wonder. We're not in Sassafras land, so we're in the desert. Yay!
Wait, what?
The fuck is he talking about?
I can't pronounce Sassafras land.
Yeah, Sarasa. I mean, the World Daisy helms from the setting for Mario Land 1.
You'd think the Flower Kingdom would be her kingdom given her name, but you know.
No, that's too obvious.
Also, in the fact that she's a flower princess with flower emblems on her stuff.
Like if we're just going by what she's called nowadays, Peach hails from the Mushroom Kingdom, but which doesn't make any real sense if you don't use her original Toadstool moniker.
I think she's still technically Princess Peach Toadstool.
I think only in the West. I think only in the West that we keep the Toadstool moniker. She's Peach everywhere else.
No, I thought Peach only came from Mario RPG, and then they just kind of adopted that.
No, I think Peach has always been there since the original Japanese release of the first game. It's just that we added Toadstool because I think they wanted to make it thematically more sense. Let me look this up. Be gone, baseball sports wiki page.
Baseball is a game where you throw a ball.
Maybe they just took the opportunity to teach children that a toadstool is a mushroom. I don't know.
I mean, I didn't know what a Toadstool was until I played Mario.
Was she called Peach in Mario RPG? I thought she was Toadstool in Mario RPG.
She was still Toadstool at RPG.
But they reference the Peach name in that, and that's where it came from in the West, at least.
Okay. In the remake, do they still call her Toadstool, or do they just say Peach?
They just say Peach.
Okay, that makes sense.
Whew. I really need to get my hands on that.
It actually went on sale surprisingly quick.
Well, yeah,
which is weird because
on sale
Mario
for
games never goes on sale. I mean, listen, $40 is better than $60. Okay,
not if you can't afford either. If it's too much, it's too much. It doesn't matter by how much.
Yeah, I mean, still, it's shocking to me that it went on sale at all because that never happens for Nintendo stuff.
All right, so it's time for our Nintendo fun fact. So Miyamoto said that Peach's name came from associating princesses with girls, and when thinking about girls, he would think of pink. In Japan, Peach's name has always been Princess Peach, since her debut in the original Super Mario Bros. In 1995. However, she was localized as Toadstool in the English language manual. The English version of Yoshi's Safari in 1993 was the first game in the West to use the moniker Peach.
Yoshi's Safari? Excuse?
Mm-hmm. That is a lot of words for this was the most lazy naming that I've ever done when writing a video game.
Peach would not be solidified in the West until 64 in 96.
Yeah, because
what I'm hearing is I wanted a name for a girl. Girls make me think pink looks peach. Except peaches are more orange here, so actually
I think Japanese peaches are more
pink. Yeah, they are.
Yeah. How do they do it?
You see, they put a peach in the ground.
We use drugs.
They put a peach in the ground, and then it grows into a tree in 3 days.
The whole peach, huh?
That
sounds a little...
That's Animal Crossing.
But you have to make sure that you specifically plant the 2 or 3 special peaches that you get at the beginning of the game, and don't just eat them or sell them because you didn't know any better. Because otherwise, you can't get good fruit ever again, and you'll be permanently ruining your town's economic prosperity. I didn't have to restart an Animal Crossing New Leaf. Oh my God! Can you make that jump?
No, the ceiling is too low.
Oh man, there's the double jump I think probably could do that.
Possibly.
You get the double jump later though.
Yeah, but I'm wondering
if you
could come back and skip that,
Probably.
That would be sick if you could just skip the whole level.
Revisiting a level when you have no reason to be there. No thanks.
Well, I mean, you could always save the level for later.
No, I have to complete the levels now.
What?
It actually tilts the shit out of me if I'm going through a linear platforming game like this and I have to deliberately ignore something because I can't go back because I can't get everything then and there.
This is something that I wish that I could do is leave stuff undone. Like, I'm so meticulous with side quests and stuff, especially in RPGs.
Same.
That
It's
said,
like-
that said, doing a 100% speed run, it would probably be a viable strategy to just skip this and leave it till you have the double jump.
Well, because you're following a route that you've made for
Yeah.
yourself, or at least you're following. But dude, just in terms of like the meticulousness of it, I suffer from the same thing.
Well, so do I. I understand that, but I don't know.
I have to do everything like along the way, like, and like the thing where this really bites me in the ass is RPGs.
Yeah.
Like single player MMO, like it does not matter. Like for MMO specifically for 14, when a new expansion comes out, you know, everyone wants to talk about the spoilers for upcoming plot points. It's like, I'm not there yet because I'm not just doing story quests.
Dude.
Like I'm doing everything along the way.
Dude, for the sake of your own sanity, never play Skyrim. You will never leave Whiterun. I mean, I never leave Whiterun, but that's preference. Wait, what? There's this
I cannot leave something unfinished.
hidden level behind the waterfall?
The sandfall.
This is another rhythm level.
This is one of my favorites in the game, actually. This is as the kids call it, a bop, a jammer, even.
I gotta tell you, man, like, I know ninjas have been a thing since 2 USA. But they were brought back, albeit very limited, in Mario World. And I never got the 2 red dots underneath their eyes button.
Yeah, no, I didn't either. I know them from Paper Mario. There's a ninja in Paper Mario, like at the very end of the game. And it's like, I never thought that they were supposed to be buttons either. But they're adorable.
Yeah,
I
thought they just had fangs and their mouths was slightly open.
Wait, are you supposed to jump to the beat in order to get lives?
Yes.
That's neat, actually. I like that.
And they also, I don't know if you can hear it, but like each character will like, because they'll be like 1, 2, 3, 4, and this song is so good.
What comes after 4? 4 again.
No, go back, you fool. Oh wait, the coin's here. I saw it.
This is a badge that you can unlock later on. And each stage, you have to jump to the tempo of that stage. So it's different each time. And the reward for keeping in beat is, I believe, you jump progressively higher. I mean, there is just a high jump badge where you can do this without the extra work. But it's just such a neat and fun, like, extra thing that they put in that I enjoy.
Did you ever get, like, the bragging rights badge for getting everything and getting all the
seeds,
the emblems when they were file completion?
Yeah.
Yes. I forget what it does.
It changes all the sound effects to a man saying them.
It changes the sound effects to the voice actors, like, bloopers, I want to say.
Wait, really?
Yeah, let me look it up again. I might be mistaken, but I know, like, it's a sound effect. It's a sound effect badge.
Yeah,
and
it's someone doing the sound effects, like getting the coin, like bling.
Yeah, that's right. Like, I think it was the cast doing Mario noises.
Wait, the rhythm jump badge? There's a badge that lets you just do the rhythm thing anywhere?
Yeah, I just said that.
Wow. Okay. That's cool. I think I missed that when you said it. Ooh.
Yeah, this game's
You
great.
were so distracted by the sick beat.
I'm just like, yeah, I kind of was. I was watching the timing of the jumps, and I kind of like zoned out.
It was very hypnotizing. Okay, we know how to hypnotize Lewis now.
I was also thinking to myself, like, I don't know why this is the level that made me think it first, but like, now that I have a Switch, I really need to buy this game.
This game's great. It is just like a pure fun kind of run. I really recommend it if you ever get the.
I wonder what the online player pool is like nowadays. I mean, it hasn't even been a year yet since the game was released. But again, to emphasize, having the online enabled for this one is pretty fun in its own way. Because, well, players can't interact with you, thank God. But you can always see what they're doing. And they can help you find hidden items when you're going for like full completion purposes, assuming you don't mind that sort of thing.
You know what that kind of reminds me of? That little, like, this is a really poor comparison because it only did it like once in a blue moon. But Devil May Cry 5 had this weird ass online inclusion, where at certain points in certain missions, you could see some other player's replay of their of them as the other character who plays through the mission. So if you were playing as V, you could see Nero and vice versa, but like only in the background for one particular area, and the only place where you actually like were in the same space as the other character was, I think, that one fight with the knights where you're in a building that's sliding down a hill or some shit. It was very Bayonetta.
You talk about all three major characters.
Yes.
Yeah, like the only one that comes to mind in 5 is when you're climbing down the tree. I want to think it was because you have Dante, Nero, and V in the same area.
Oh yeah, there was that mission, but I don't think that mission actually shows you what the other characters are doing. There are these moments where this little notice will appear on the side of the screen that says starring such and such from Devil May Cry 5. When you're online, those segments, except in like the first mission, those segments will play a replay of some other player's run through the level as another character.
Yeah.
And
what if you like hit the character? Is there like no friendly fire, or like if you walk into them, you just pass through?
They're almost always in some place inaccessible, and I think the only place where they're not is a mission where you're like in a building fighting a bunch of night demons with swords and shields and stuff. And it's a mission where for like the only time in the game where the characters you're having some real trouble with this. It's actually kind of like watching a cartoon.
The evolution of man.
Problem solving in real time.
I like how they hid the solution to that behind toad blocks specifically. Like, ugh.
The blocks are always there. I think you just get a bonus if you have that particular character.
If you have that particular character, I think you can see that block when it's not like there.
Yeah, what Lewis said.
But like, I'm not sure how I feel about character-specific blocks and stuff, but at least it's better than DK64 where you
get friends, loser.
I mean, honestly, other than these stages, they don't really matter. It's like, okay, you'll occasionally get like a coin or a one-up mushroom or whatever. It's not ever really a huge deal.
Yeah, I know. I'm just like, at least it's not DK64 where you need to actually run back and switch your character to get those blocks. You can see them as anyone, you just can't get them. Half that game's 100% completion requirement is just running back and forth switching characters. It's maddening.
And that's why the Tag Anywhere mod makes that game a lot more easy to play.
Yes, indeed. Ugh. Donkey Kong 64 Curse of the Moon.
I have not played Donkey Kong 64 yet, and I do want to try it.
Man.
I
don't know, Ted, because if you have that compulsion where if you're talking about the meticulousness earlier, I don't think you should play 64.
Well, that's the thing though, like, and this is probably one of those things where like maybe because it's not a game I grew up with, I'm gonna be harsher on it than a game like Banjo-Tooie or like the SpongeBob games, where it's just like, oh, I played those as a kid, so their problems aren't real and they can't hurt me.
Nostalgia's a hell of a drug.
Yeah. Versus, but I mean, like, I also want to give the game a chance, you know, and maybe doing it through a mod might be a fun way to try it. I don't know. We'll see. But in any case,
that goes like, would you play it modded for your first experience? Because like I always feel some sort of way about that. Like, even despite being told of like quality of life modifications to a game who is notoriously clumsy with those things, I feel to me it's important to have perspective. So I'd go for a genuine experience first, and if I like the game enough despite its warts, I'll consider a second playthrough with quality of life mods. But for my first experience, I'm not sure how I feel about using mods.
I think, you know, it really does depend on what game it is and what specific problem you're talking about. Because, like, I happily modded the encounter rate out of that Sailor Moon game. We did a while back because
And I haven't looked back.
that bullshit was bullshit. But like, I guess I wouldn't say do something as extreme as play Skyrim with true directional movement enabled as my first experience with the game, because that's like changing a fundamental aspect of how the game feels to play. Now, for something like Donkey Kong 64, where the main thing is that the game takes forever because you're running back and forth to like change characters all the time to get all these specific blocks, I can visually tell how much of a headache that would be, how much of an ass sore it would be to experience without experiencing it just by playing through the levels and taking note of where all the character blocks are. So I don't think it's necessary in DK64's case to experience the authentic version of the game.
So is it literally just like a block? Like,
oh my god, was that where that solution was? How the shit were you supposed to figure that out? It's like, Ryan kept going back to that corner of the level, and I was like, there's got to be a solution there, but I'm not figuring it out. It's, you push the entire pipe along the wall?
It's something that you've done multiple times at this point.
Yeah, but that one caught me too, because you don't
so
think, like, that one, it feels like, oh, that's just the wall, so you don't think you can push it, which is part of what makes it a clever.
Well, I mean, I'm
spot.
thinking to myself, I've seen him push like pipes, but never pipes that take up the entire wall. That just looks weird. Oh, is that what you were supposed to do?
Yeah.
Listen, someone at Nintendo really misses developing for the 3DS.
Yeah.
And you know what? I miss it too. Bring it back.
Now I know where my thumbnail is.
Oh man. But yeah, in Donkey Kong 64, is it literally like, oh, this is the Lanky Kong block, and you have to have Lanky Kong press the block?
It's not so much Lanky Kong block. Here's the Lanky Kong collectible.
Yeah, it'll be like transparent when you find it, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's also a matter of, here's the Lanky Kong switch that opens a thing for Donkey Kong to do, who opens a thing for Diddy Kong to do.
You see, it does. So part of why Banjo-Tooie has elements of that where, and there's one example in the game where it's pretty egregious, but for the most of the time, it's like, okay, I need to do the transformation to open this to do such and such other thing. But it's never like, oh, the thing's just grayed out and I can't pick it up because I'm not in the right form. The Banjo games, I appreciate it when it's more like, it's not arbitrary like that, I guess is the thing, where it's not like, the only reason why I can't get this right now is because the game said I can't.
What?
That sounds frustrating to me.
Why are there Goombas based on fucking Mo from the Three Stooges?
Blame Mario World. I don't know why Mario World decided that we needed a second type of Goomba, but they did, so we have them.
They're not Goombas, though. They're Galoombas.
No, those aren't Galoombas. Those are Goombas. With
No, they're
pumpkins on their heads.
Galoombas.
Well, these guys are Galoombas.
No, Galoombas don't die when you stomp on their heads initially.
Well, then what are these things?
These are Goombas with pumpkins on their heads.
I think they're more tomatoes. Or persimmons? I think persimmons? Is that the name of the fruit?
I don't know. The only place, like literally the only place I've ever encountered the word persimmon was Persona 3, because there's a tree that's connected to getting one of the social links. And it's a persimmon tree. What's a persimmon tree? I have no fucking idea. I need to look it up, but I keep forgetting.
Persimmon? I hardly knew her. Wait.
Huh?
It
What?
didn't work. Never mind.
What? I don't
Never
get.
mind.
I don't get
Don't
it.
fail. Abort.
I don't get it.
Yeah, I think these Goombas are based off of persimmons than anything else. And
What?
I just it's a fruit, but I don't know if it's supposed to be like a tomato fruit or a berry.
Oh no!
Oh.
No! We got onto DeviantArt. Get it off.
Oh no, it's Daisy inflation.
Holy, why did you think it starts here and not with the elephants?
Listen,
Huh?
elephant was something that this game created. This is just something that already existed.
Mario Wonder
before.
did not invent elephants.
Yes, but there was not. No, it invented Elephant Peach and Elephant Daisy. But
Right.
Inflation Daisy already existed before Mario Wonder came out.
I really wasn't expecting Princess Daisy's big mistake for this playthrough, but
And you see, this is actually controllable, so point for Mario Wonder over Mario World.
Oh, the P balloon. Okay, I wasn't like I didn't think about that for a second.
The
I
magic balloon.
I did not mind the P balloon until that one special world stage. I think it was too.
I didn't. It took me literal decades to know that there were P balloons even in that game. Like, because they're pretty damn hidden, pretty damn well outside.
Yeah, they're
of
rare.
the one stage.
It's an uncommon gimmick of that game, and then they base a whole fucking stage off of it.
I would say that it's fairly plausible to go through the whole game and not see that power up until you get to the special stage where it's the focus.
Yeah. No, that's very true.
they really want you to reach the top of the flags in this game.
It's one of the collectibles you have to get, so.
Yeah, I'm noticing that it's a lot easier to do than it was in 3D World.
Yeah, I mean, it's just supposed to be a fun little challenge. It's not my favorite thing that they make you do. Like, I like the little, like, it's a fun way to cap off a Mario stage. I don't mind the flagpoles being there. I do mind them being a collectible because if you mess up, you have to do the whole stage all over again. And it's like, how do you collect the top of a flagpole? That doesn't even make any sense.
Do you still need to do it as every character?
No, thank Christ. You'd have to play the game. Okay, so there's 4 Yoshis, Nabbit, Mario, Luigi, Daisy, Peach, 2 Toads, and Toadette. You'd have to beat the game 12 times if you had to do it as every character.
Why are there 2 Toads?
Because yellow and blue were a thing since Mario Wii, so they wanted to have them both there, even though they could have just used regular Toad for this.
They could have just had 1 Toad and made it a palette swap.
No, I think regular Toad and Toadette would be just fine.
You should definitely have Toadette. But
if they wanted to do all the Toad colors, they could have just made Toad one character and had like an L and R bumper button prompt,
like Smash Brothers.
Yes, palette swap.
It's actually funny. Part of the reason why Daisy is in the game is because they were going to add Peach, and one of the developers had 2 daughters, and he didn't want to imagine his daughters getting into a fight over who got to be Peach. So he put Daisy into the game.
So finally, because of that, we get a Mario game with more than one female playable character. Yeah. That doesn't need to be unlocked at the end of the fucking game.
Also, I guess Toadette doesn't count.
Yeah, but God forbid all 4 players want to be a female character, because then you're screwed.
Toadette wasn't in 3D World, so, unless they added her to the Switch version, did they?
No, they didn't.
Oh, well, that's sad. I would have liked if they added her to the Switch game.
So, the Mario Sunshine callback is one thing with the song. The jumps are not timed, what I think they're supposed to be with, which is why I don't like this stage as much. Granted, it's just a bonus event, so you're done in less than 15 seconds.
Yeah,
but it kind of tilts me.
What even is the point of that bonus stage without the rhythm timing thing?
That's what I mean. It's not so much like the event itself, but the timing of the jumps is not tuned properly with the Mario Sunshine Platforms of Plenty theme.
Oh.
And it just throws me off. And it's like, I can never have a positive fucking memory with this goddamn game. like, come on, man. It's easy.